Discussing the NFL playoff picture as of Week 12. Let's get into it. The Miami Dolphins are in the run the table category. Look, if they win out, they will be in the playoffs. Maybe if they finish 9-8, they could slip in, but it's looking unlikely. Regardless, I think this team is going to get blown up in the offseason. Baltimore Ravens are a tough team to rank because they might need to finish 11-6 to make the playoffs. So they're not going to make it in the wild card. Depending on tiebreakers with the Steelers, they might need to run the table and or lose one game. On the other hand, if they get hot, they could be one of those elite AFC contenders, and they could represent the. I'm gonna go get hot. I think they make the playoffs, and I think they definitely can rattle off 1 or 2 wins. Cincinnati Bengals are also on run the table, but let's be honest, I don't even think there's. It's probably more of a no if we're being honest. Denver Broncos, I hate to say it, I think they're a one and done team. I really do. Now, one and done might look better for them than some of the other teams because they probably are going to be the 1 seed. And if they're the 1 seed, that means that most likely they will play Josh Allen in the divisional round. They will play Patrick Mahomes in the divisional round. They might play Lamar Jackson in the divisional round, but very good likelihood that you play one of those elite quarterbacks in Denver, and I think they lose that game. New York Giants are a no. Minnesota Vikings have a big game this week. If they win out, they could make the playoffs, but these are teams that it would take a miracle for them to make the playoffs as the 7th seed. Los Angeles Rams. I've got them in get hot. A lot of people would probably think they'd be in top 2. I just don't see it. I think there are 2 teams in the NFL that are better than them. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I really don't think they're going to. They're in between one and done and get hot because the NFC playoff picture, you've got the Eagles, you've got the Rams, you've got the Lions. The Bucs probably can beat a Packers team. They probably can beat a Bears team, maybe. They're teetering between get hot and one and done. I'm going to put them in one and done. Detroit Lions, I think they are the best team in the NFL. Samuel Laporta is out for the year, which is not ideal, but the Detroit Lions look good. No doubt about it, the Detroit Lions look good, and I think they might very well be the best team in the NFL. Chicago Bears are looking solid. 7-3, probably going to go to 8-3 after they beat the Pittsburgh Steelers this weekend, but do we really think that opening round they're going to beat the 5th seed Seahawks? I don't. I think the Bears are probably one and done. Niners are also probably one and done, and honestly, more likely they're probably maybe playoff. I don't even think it's a guarantee this Niners team. I don't think it's a guarantee they even make the playoffs. So I'm going to put them there. Philadelphia Eagles. I think they're top 2. I think these are the top 2 teams in the NFL. Now, we're going to get to some other teams in the get hot, and we'll kind of talk about it all at the end. Raiders are a no for sure. Packers, I'm going to put them in get hot. I think all they need is Jordan Love to really find the right rhythm, and I think they're just as dangerous as really any team in the NFL. Commanders are not going anywhere. Cardinals are not going anywhere. Saints are not going anywhere. Steelers are in maybe playoff or one and done. Look, if they make the playoffs, they're going to lose in the first round. I don't even think they're going to make the playoffs, but if they do, probably unlikely. Get hot. I'm going to put Buffalo in here. Look, if they make the playoffs, which it sure looks like they're going to, the real question is the Ravens and another team down here. If the Bills are in the playoffs, as I've mentioned, I think they're going to go into Denver and win. I think they're going to go into other places and win. Falcons, maybe if they run the table, they can make the playoffs. Seahawks, they're in between get hot and one and done. I honestly don't. It really depends on who they play. Because, look, if we've got the Lions, Eagles, Rams, and Packers presumably advancing, then we would have to have Bucks, Bears, Seahawks losing. Now, obviously, we might get the Bears playing the Seahawks, the Rams playing the Packers, and then, it would change. But New England Patriots, I'm probably leaning one and done. Now, it definitely depends on who they pull in round one. My guess is that the Patriots are going to be the 2 seed or the 1 seed, same with the Broncos, and they will have to play Buffalo, Baltimore, Kansas City, etc. Maybe the Chargers, which we're about to talk about. Browns, there's nothing happening there. Texans, I have them outside the playoffs, but they would be one and done if they made it. Kansas City Chiefs are getting hot now. They're out of these three AFC teams. They're the least likely to make the playoffs. The Ravens have the easy route of the division. If they split with the Steelers and go 11-6, they'll be in. So the Ravens probably have the easiest road, other than the Bills. But I think these three are just still the top dogs in the AFC. Cowboys, I'll put them in maybe playoffs. If they can win this week, I'll go maybe playoffs. Chargers, I'm going to go one and done for them as well. And then Jets, they're not doing anything. Panthers, probably aren't making the playoffs. Titans, they're not making the playoffs. Colts, I'm going to go get hot. I think solely based on that run game. Bills can't stop the run. The Ravens' defense is suspicious. And we're going to find out how the Chiefs stop them. Jacksonville Jaguars, maybe playoffs. Now, kind of the landscape here I'm looking at. So we have the top four teams in the NFC. Lions, Eagles, Rams, Packers. I think the NFC is a bit jumbled because you could very easily put the Bucs above the Packers, Bears, and Seahawks. I think these four teams are all pretty even. I think the Lions and Eagles are clear top two teams in the NFC and the NFL. Now, in terms of the AFC, we've got these teams, the Colts, Patriots, and Broncos, who are looking very good right now. I don't really trust the Patriots or Broncos that much. I trust the Bills, the Chiefs, the Ravens. And if it's not going to be one of those teams, I like the Colts. I like the Colts out of those three. And out of, well, now, if it's the most likely one and done team to me, hypothetically, now to get hot, if they all make the playoffs, I think the Chiefs are the most likely team to end up in the Super Bowl. Then Ravens, then Bills, then Colts. But if we're talking about one and done teams actually going on a run and getting hot, Chargers could win one. The Broncos could win one. The Patriots could win one. I just don't see them winning multiple or even three. The Buccaneers could win one. Bears. Any of these teams could win one, especially if they're facing each other or Green Bay. And then maybe playoffs. Look, I don't think any of these teams can win a playoff game. Who would the Niners face that they could beat? They're probably going to have to play the Lions or Eagles. They're not going to win that. Steelers aren't going to beat anybody. And, yep,